Hi there, Rock Solid Wrestling fans. Welcome to an episode of Rock Solid Rewind. We're taking a look back at the year that was 2024. And man, was it ever a big year for the guy I'm talking to today. The Saturday Night Delight, Tyler Tirva. Man, what a year it was for you. Let's get it out of the way. Congratulations. What an unprecedented streak of single match victories for you. Undefeated in 2024. Pretty impressive. I got to tell you, when you hear those stats back, is that something that's, expected because of who you are? Or is it something that you can look back and feel proud of? Or is it just something else on your list of achievements?
No, I'm like, it doesn't get old hearing someone else say very nice things about you. That's completely humbling, first and foremost. And like, I didn't expect to have a year like that. Like, this is, like you said, that's why it's unprecedented. Like, for me, this is huge. Like, this was fantastic. I feel like I have a lucky horseshoe somewhere. Like, I don't even, I don't even know. Like, I think it's probably just essentially like, it's just a lot of like things falling into place at the right time. So like it just doesn't happen overnight. Like, this is years of being on the Rock Solid roster. It's working from underneath of like, I was once a nobody and slowly built up my skills, and here we are. Unprecedented year is pretty cool.
If you look back at all the singles victories you had across the year, you had a lot of varied competition. We're talking about guys like John Tavius, and then you fight a big, like, heavy hander like Primo Scordino. And then you go up against a guy like Rex Atkins, who is completely different from any of those guys. So when you're choosing these singles matches and looking at these competitions, these one-on-ones, is there a specific strategy involved to going after guys with so many different styles? Or was it just something where you would take on any and all comers willing to test you?
You said it best right at the end. There's no secret sauce or no magic to it. Like, it was just taking on all comers. Like, that was the key. And yeah, they're all unbelievably talented. I remember against Rex Atkins, like, that was fighting tooth and nail in Sudbury, with Primo Scordino. I think he was cheating. I had every chance that he could try to. That's very Primo Scordino. And then John, a little more athletic of the two. Like, the other guys are a bit more of a brawling style, but again, no one aligns and like falls into one category. But yeah, definitely just trying to take on any and all comers, and just ready to bring it.
Let's talk a little bit about Primo. I want to focus on him for just a quick minute because he definitely has been known to bend the rules a little bit, almost to the point of breaking wherever he needs to. When you're going up against a guy like that, is there that thought in your back of your mind that, like, okay, I got to be watching over my shoulder the whole time because this guy's going to knock me out with a baseball bat? Or are you trying to maybe put him away quickly so that he doesn't get that opportunity?
Oh, when he hits that bat off the post and you in his entrance, that kind of wakes you up to like, okay, like, this is a variable that you definitely have to plan for. So you are trying to finish that match as quickly as you can, because you never know when it's going to potentially come out. So yeah, it's as soon as possible. No one wants to be in there longer than they want to. Get the job done and get out, and just hope that Primo didn't get you that day.
Now, I want to quickly talk about a name that you were linked with quite a bit throughout the year, and that's Cody Deaner, both as a partner, as we will discuss momentarily, and as an opponent. Now, first, I want you to tell us a little bit about the decision to tag team up with Cody this past spring to go after the Canadian Tag Team Championship against Darko and Tornado. That was a real interesting contest, and I know a lot of fans who kind of got a little peek behind the curtain with your appearance on Cody Deaner's podcast, got to learn that you guys are actually pretty tight when it comes to your travels on the road. So what was it like teaming up with him to go after gold?
It was pretty cool, for one. I didn't, starting the year off, I didn't know what opportunities might be there for me, what my goals were, what my aspirations were in Rock Solid. And then Yeah, and then he came like we were supposed to be opponents with each other that night in Timmins, and then he came to me with that idea, and I thought it's like, man, I've never like I'm a one-time Rock Solid Wrestling champion. It was a very short title reign, which we could probably get to in a moment. But so since then, like it just made me think like I was like, hey, like there's an opportunity here for me to go after something that I've never even tried to go after in Rock Solid, and tag team wrestling is definitely a bit of a foreign territory for me. But Timmons, I was like, we were rocking that night, and Cody Deaner, like you said, and like going on his podcast, like I've known that guy for so long. I've been his opponent all over Rock Solid for years, and it was yeah, it's just one of those things that it just meshed together, and yeah, we were trying to make some magic.
Now, a lot of fans, myself included, were a little disappointed that you guys weren't able to get the gold that time around. Now, obviously, there were extenuating circumstances. Asher Benjamin, of course, sticking his nose where it didn't belong in that case. But that did raise the question, could you see yourself maybe making another run with Cody or maybe even somebody else and going after tag team gold in 2025? You did say it was something that you haven't accomplished yet, and doing so would put you in a very elite class of only a few rock solid stars who have managed to hold both tag team and singles gold.
Oh, I definitely want tag team gold and Rock Solid. That's something for sure. In 2025, I'm, I think, I think there is plans to potentially go for them. Um, just right this minute, I don't know of any opportunities that are set in stone of if it's going to be set. Because I'm unsure of any match dates that have been set up, but uh, yeah, definitely it's always been really important to me to be one of the best in Rock Solid Wrestling, and so you gotta tick all the boxes, and I think the tag team gold might as well tick that box in 2025.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about your partner again, Cody Deaner, because you guys were set to have a match in April. That got changed. But when you guys did cross paths again later on in Timmins, man, fans, crew members, your peers, everybody, all they could talk about was you and Diener in what a lot of people are considering the best match of the year in Rock Solid Wrestling for 2024. Talk a little bit about that night, what it was like. And when you were in that match, did you know, like in that moment, oh my God, we got something special here? Or was it just a matter of, I'm here, I'm in the moment, and frankly, all I'm worried about is just not getting my head drilled into the mat with a DDT?
Yeah, when my I think I came through the curtain first, and there was extra loud in Timmins for Tyler Turva that night. So that was my the first moment that was surprising to me. And then I remember being in the middle of the ring a few minutes into the match, and I was like, something's like this is special. Like something's going on here tonight. And there was the match itself was extremely gritty, really early on. Uh, Probably one of the most physical matches that Cody Deaner and I have ever had together. And it there was a stir within the crowd. I felt like in like nor like they were split. Like here they've had Cody Deaner's been a longtime champion for Rock Solid Wrestling and into Timmins, and you could almost label him as like the Rock Solid Wrestling guy. But then but then these last couple times of going to Timmins, there's another guy as well who I'm not saying like a gonna put myself on that level or that pedestal or anything like that, but that crowd was pretty split. There was some very pro Tyler Turva fan in that crowd, and yeah, it was wild. It was wild start to finish. Cardiovascular wise, that was a very extremely physically demanding match. Um, and I remember like that took, yeah, it took a lot. It was, I got him with a super kick out of nowhere to finish that match and win 1, 2, 3. So that was, yeah, that's probably like my favorite moment of 2024, especially in a Rock Solid Wrestling ring. And yeah, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than it was just it. 100%, that was an extremely special night.
Is it something that you kind of see as a personal achievement, or is this like a kind of thing where you're like, okay, great, now that I've got that down, just time to move on to the next big thing, you know, because now we got to move on to getting ourselves into like championship pole position here. You know, we just crowned a new heavyweight Canadian champion in Jake O'Reilly, and I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of guys knocking at his door in 2025. Could Tyler Tirva be in that long list of guys looking to knock down the new champ?
With Jake O'Reilly being the new Rock Solid Wrestling heavyweight champion, I 100% want my shot at him. That is, without a doubt, in 2025, the sooner the better. I said it earlier in the interview. I was a Rock Solid Wrestling heavyweight champion for probably the shortest amount of days that anyone was, and that is beyond embarrassing. And I mean that with all my professionalism. I take what I do so serious because I am so passionate about what I do. Every single time when I get in the ring, my plan is to have the best match every single time. And I know people feel that from me. And I know that I'm going to be Rock Solid Wrestling heavyweight champion in 2025.
There you have it, Rock Solid Wrestling fans. A great year for one of the greatest in Rock Solid Wrestling. Tyler Tirva, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You know, you're the Saturday Night Delight, but you're a delight every night when we're talking to you, Tyler. Thanks so much for joining us. Looking forward to some great stuff in 2025.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. And you are awesome at what you do as well.
Thank you. You're watching the action. Now you can get the gear. Get your hands on official Rock Solid Wrestling swag at rocksolidgear.ca. The Rock Solid store features t-shirts, hoodies, and tank tops in several designs and styles. From tumblers to shot glasses, there's something for everyone. So enjoy the hard-hitting action and show your support. Visit rocksolidgear.ca right now.